Mart, PCS Phosphate, Kaufman's Menswear, United States Cellular, Winn-Dixie, Chrysler Plymouth, Jeep Eagle, Wachovia, the Hilton Inn of Greenville, and by Multimedia Cablevision. Now here's the voice of the Pirates, Jeff Charles.
Welcome to the Joe Dooley Show. The Pirates go to the CAA basketball tournament in Richmond, lose a heartbreaker to Old Dominion in double overtime. The final score, 65-62. Joe, let's talk a little bit about the game. Great effort on the part of both ball clubs. I know you mentioned that after the game.
Well, both teams lined up and played as hard as they could. I thought that both teams played with pretty good poise. There were a lot of runs in the game for both teams. I thought there were several times that when we had Old Dominion down, they could have folded, and I thought there were several times when they had us down that we could have folded, and I thought both teams played with a lot of heart.
Neither team shot the ball very well, obviously, but Joe, the defense was so good on both ends of the floor.
Oh, the defensive intensity was terrific. I thought that there were virtually no easy baskets. Both teams really got up and guarded each other, and I thought that was in tournament basketball, scores are going to go down. That's what we talked to our kids about, and it happened exactly the way we expected it to.
The scores really went up for the Pirates, though, to start the ballgame. Joe, you get off to a 12-0 start in the game.
Well, we had a good start. We got out in transition. We got some baskets. We were able to make some shots. And I think, they started off a little tight, and they loosened up. We knew they'd make a run, and they did. They're a good basketball team. That's
always what happens when a team jumps out to a big lead like that. Joe, you know you're not going to sustain that.
We talked to our kids about it. We said there's a reason they've won 22 games so far. They're a good team. They're going to make a run. Just get ready to weather the run, and we'll be fine.
Let's go up to the Richmond Coliseum now and pick up the highlights. It's the quarterfinals of the CAA tournament as the Pirates take on Old Dominion. Pirate basketball highlights brought to you by PCS Phosphate. Joe, your ball club gets off to a terrific start here as we see the Pirates get a layup.
Well, he was able to get out and get us going, and we really did get a pretty good start. The guys were able to get the ball moving, and we made some shots.
And the ball, as Joe sees, pops out here and gets a jumper.
Well, he did a great job of finding some open space, and he does a real nice job of moving without the ball.
Garrett Blackwelder hits a three, and Joe, you're up 9-0.
Well, Garrett, we know what a terrific shooter he is, and he had started off a little sluggish, and he really bounced back and had a nice game for us.
David Taylor hits a three, and you're up 12-0.
Well, David shot a great percentage this year. He didn't shoot a lot, but he really did a nice job of shooting a very high percentage, and hopefully he can build on that for next year.
Finally, ODU gets on the board, and Bowdler gets their first basket. Joe, it takes them 5 minutes and 48 seconds to score.
Well, with a team like them, they're gonna respond, and they were a little tight. The pressure was on them for the most part, and they did a nice job of bouncing back.
Andre McCullum, the young man that started his career at North Carolina State, gets a jumper here.
Well, he's a good player. He's one of the spark plugs for them off the bench, and he was a big difference in the game throughout the night.
You got Quincy Hall in the ball game, Joe, and he responds here with a basket.
Q played very well. I was really happy to see him bounce back when he was out of foul trouble. He made some nice post moves, did a good job on the glass, and he had a real nice night.
Freddie Bryant came up, made a jump shot here for Old Dominion, cuts it to three.
Oh, Freddie Bryant's a good player. He's a good young player for them, and I know he can shoot the ball.
Boy, Neil Punt really played a great basketball game for you. He gets a jumper here, and you're up three.
Neil was terrific. Anytime we get a championship effort from him every night.
And Valdez Joe Sees hits a three-pointer here, Joe, and it's a tie score late in the first half.
He was able to use his quickness to his advantage. He was able to get out there and get on the board for us.
A basket by Byers at the end of the first half, and it's 24-22, a two-point lead for Old Dominion. We pick up the highlights in the second half, Joe, and we see a jumper here by Neil Punt.
Neil was really able to step off and make some shots, and it seemed like every time we need to make a run, he was involved in it.
And then we see Bassett hit a jumper here, and Old Dominion's up one.
His senior steps up, and he had a terrific career so far for him.
Brandon Hawkins gets into the act here, Joe, and he gets a jumper for you.
Well, it's good to see Brandon make some shots. He had struggled a little bit, and he bounced back and showed a lot of character, especially in the second half.
This is a real nip-and-tuck game now, and then Garrett Blackwelder comes up with a jumper here, Joe, that puts you up by 2 points.
Well, Garrett's, every time he gets a look, he's real good with the ball. He can really shot fake and really plays well in between.
And then a basket here by Old Dominion as we see the layup by McCullum. And we also see the Pirates coming back here, Joe. Really turned into kind of a free throw shooting contest here late. And boy, what big free throws these were by Blackwell.
Oh, it was huge. Garrett stepped up, made both of those free throws, and did a great job getting us into overtime.
Well, as you just saw, a real knockdown drag-out for 40 minutes. The Pirates and ODU tied at 46 at the end of regulation. Joe, how did you feel going into the overtime period?
Well, we felt good. We were able to, we were able to talk to our guys about let's withstand another run. Let's get off to a good start. We talked to our guys about rebounding the ball, and we thought that we felt pretty good coming into the overtime.
When we come back, we'll look at that overtime period, not one overtime period, but two. This game would go into double OT. We'll be back with those highlights right after this timeout. Welcome back to the Joe Dooley Show. Tied at 46, kind of a different format for our show this week because we're going to show you the overtime period on this segment. In fact, 10 more minutes of basketball to go. Joe, as an underdog, and of course you're the number 7 seed, playing the number 2 seed, you get the game into overtime. Sometimes the team that's the underdog will have a little bit of an advantage.
Oh, we had talked about the fact that the pressure shifted a little bit, and we talked to our guys about just continuing to do what we did. We had played pretty well throughout the game. I thought we were especially good defensively. We talked about the one thing we really needed to do was stop turning the ball over. And the latter part of the game, as well as in overtime, with one exception, we did a pretty good job of taking care of the ball.
Let's go back up to the Richmond Coliseum now. Pick up the highlights. Overtime period as the Pirates take on Old Dominion. So our overtime highlights also brought to you by PCS Phosphate. And, Joe, we see the overtime period begin here, and Joe Cease comes out and hits another 3.
That was a huge play for us. He really did a nice job of getting open, and he got a good look, and he's a terrific three-point shooter.
And then Byers comes back. He gets a three-pointer here for Old Dominion.
Well, Byers, he seems to answer every time. He hadn't scored as much as he had in the past, but he did a great job throughout the night, and he made that was a huge shot for them.
And then 3 free throws by Avaldas Joe Cease. Pirates down 55-50. He goes to the line. He hits 3 in a row. Joe, it makes it 55-53, gives you a chance to get back in the game, and then this was a huge play here as Neil Punt gets the dunk.
Well, it was a great pass by Aliko, and it was a huge play for us.
So we go into double overtime on the PCS Phosphate highlights, tied at 55. And Joe Pogue, who had been so quiet the entire ball game, comes out and gets a 3.
Well, he did a nice job coming along the baseline screen and knocked home a three-pointer, which was a tough play. We knew it was coming. He did a pretty good job of getting through the first screen. We got hung up on the second one. He gets a second. He'll knock home a shot.
But then Joe Cease comes right back and gets a jumper to cut it to 1.
Well, he was going to match that, and he responded.
There were some free throws, obviously shot in this ball game. And Joe, anytime you go into a double overtime period or any close game, free throws are always a big
They're huge, and we shot well from the free throw line, which is important for us.
And here late in the ball game, it looks like the Pirates have made a steal, and there's a foul called on Brandon Hawkins. This was a big call.
It was a huge call. And
the Pirates will go on to lose it. As you can see, the free throws made by Williams. And then McCullum gets the dunk at the end, and the Pirates lose to Old Dominion 65-62.
Well, they did play good defense tonight, and he was able to step up in overtime, and I think he did a great job scoring for us in overtime. But I do have to give them credit on the defensive end. They played a good game tonight.
I think so. We, like first 5-6 minutes, we played great defense, but after that, we kind of laid down a little bit. The score was like 12-0. And we came back, and all game was pretty close.
Yeah, it was just a tough way to lose. We played hard the whole game. Old Dominion, we stepped up, made some plays at the end to give us a chance to win. Old Dominion stepped up, made some plays at the end to give themselves a chance to win. Fortunately for them, they were able to come through when they counted at the last second now.
Bounce back as soon as possible and, try to get ready for next season. We have a lot of youth on our team. We have a lot of talent also, but, I feel like we just have to continue to work hard and get a bunch of the people on the team have to get stronger. I'm one of them. I'm working in the weight room and working in the gym all season, and we'll be ready next year.
Needless to say, we were very lucky. We shot 23% from the floor in the second half and 18 from 3. I don't know how you win games shooting the ball like that, but just, guts and determination on our kids' part. Thought East Carolina played very hard and played very well and deserved to win as well. We were very fortunate to get the win.
Well, the Pirates do lose a heartbreaker. It was really a survival of the fittest. A lot of guys really laid it on the line for both teams, and Joe, it's a shame somebody had to lose because of the effort for both ball clubs.
Oh, both teams really went out and got after it. I was proud of the way the kids played. We responded. They had us down 55-50 late in the overtime. We responded to that, and seemed every time they made a run, we answered. Kids stepped up. Avalda stepped up huge. Neil Punt stepped up huge. as well as the rest of the guys. And I thought that some of the guys, McCollum really played well at the end of the game for them, and that was a difference.
It really was, and somebody had to win the game, somebody had to lose, obviously. And Joe, when you go back and look at the stats, the 27 turnovers had to hurt.
It did, and I thought we turned the ball over in some very uncharacteristic ways. We had, to Brandon's defense, he's a freshman. He had 9 turnovers, but he had some jitters early, especially in the first half, and he responded and was good with the ball late in the half. He had a couple that were uncharacteristic of him. You know, we had a couple out in transition, but for the most part, with the exception of turnovers, I thought we just did about everything we need to do to win.
Well, the Pirates had some great moments in a 13-win season, and let's take now an up-close and personal look at some of the highlights of the Pirate basketball season.
Here's Garrett Blackwelder. 10 seconds on the shot clock. Out of the corner for 3. Got it. Hitting the deck on a big three-point jump shot. Just throws it to Dunk. Takes a little trip down the lane and gets it to go with the left hand. Aliko Dunk.
Up again, goes in the paint, finds Blackwelder wide open, missed it. Van Eerlen inside with a right hand jam. Oh man, the Fonz has come to play tonight.
You are Tom.
Here's Quincy Hall, double team. Van Eerlen picks it up and jams it with a right hand. The 2 7-foot towers are in for the Pirates.
Nothing in the first half, nothing in the second half. And yet UNC Wilmington still with the lead, but they got to keep an eye on that man, Garrett Blackwelder. First 2 times down the floor. Jose dishes to Branch for the jam.
Well, you see, he takes him off the dribble drive, draws the defense, and then gives it up for an easy.
To Quincy Hall, and he jams it with 2 hands.
Nice seal. Quincy Hall sealed George Evans on the baseline side. Now it's all about defense.
Here's Blackwelder. He'll step up and answer the 3. 5 and 1. David Taylor, can he make it 2 in a row? He can, out of the corner.
He seems to like that spot.
Flashes through the paint and will take the fade, would go. Van Eerlen at 7 feet up strong. Blocked out of there by George Evans. Goaltending. Credit to basket to Alphonse Van Eerlen.
Well, what great hands Van Eerlen shows. Really went after the...
Gets it to Holden, and he threw it away. Taylor the steal. Finds Quincy Hall up strong. He scores. He's fouled. Hughes going to the line for a 3-point play.
From the family of minivans that have won more total awards than any other, with an available second sliding door, standard air conditioning, roomy 7-passenger seating, and easy-out roller seats. With all this, you may think it's one of the most expensive minivans you can buy. But it's not. It's the lowest price minivan you can buy. Get $1,000 cash allowance on Plymouth Voyager or lease Voyager with 0 down for just $239 a month with only $239 due at signing.
Bill, I'd like to download your knowledge.
We have a micro window of opportunity.
Coloring outside I'm looking at a major paradigm shift here.
Definitely got to accelerate the learning. It's not about you, Bill. It's about me.
It's a vision thing. I'm penciling you in. Idiot.
At United States Cellular, we see a cell phone as a way to stay safe and a way to stay close.
We're into extra innings. Did you get her to sleep?
Sound more like you?
Fine. She's not like a light.
United States Cellular, the way people talk around here.
Oh, hey, by the way, while you're at the marketplace, get something from the bakery. How about some cheese? Pick me up a little bit of spending money, please. How about some greeting cards, some ribbon, and some wrap? Odds and ends, you know, a little this, a little that. You can save more than money, you can save time too. That puts a smile on your face while you're at the marketplace. Winn-Dixie Marketplace. Isn't life delicious?
I'm John Kaufman with Kaufman's Menswear in the Lindale shops in Greenville. We're pleased to introduce our investment package of clothing. The suits behind me represent the patterns with which to pick from. There are 18 different suit patterns where the coat and pant can be bought separately. The package includes 3 suits, 2 shirts, 2 ties for $1,200, which includes the tax, payable at $100 a month with no interest. These are our lightweight 80s 2-ply suits. It's a great, great investment package.
Now is the perfect time to start weightlifting. The perfect time for Soloflex. The muscle you build on Soloflex increases your metabolism to burn fat 24 hours a day. Weightlifting also boosts your immune system and increases your aerobic capacity. And nothing works better than weightlifting to improve your looks and energy. Call now for your free brochure.
Joe Dooley's show. Vinny Sharp didn't play a lot this year for East Carolina, but he certainly made a valuable contribution to the Pirate basketball team. And Joe, I know when we talk about Vinny, you're very fond of him.
He's a terrific kid. In hindsight, you know, Vinny and I talked about this probably midway through the season. We probably should have redshirted Vinny. And I mean, Vinny and I talked about it. He came to work every day. He played every day in practice. You know, he's been here 2 years. He's never missed anything. I mean, he comes to practice every day. He's loyal. He's dedicated. And he's a terrific kid.
Yeah, one of the real class kids on a class basketball program. Vinny Sharp. Let's take now an up-close and personal look.
You won't find sophomore Vinny Sharp too often in the final stat sheets, but that's just fine with him. Sharp knows one day his day as a Pirate will come.
In the beginning, I was getting a little bit of playing time, but I kind of lacked off and I stopped focusing. And towards the end, I started getting better in practice, but I guess I wasn't getting much playing time. But I'm not going to sit around and pout about it. I'm just going to fight through it, and hopefully one day I'll get my chance.
But Sharp's lack of playing time wasn't because of a lack of effort in the offseason.
And I kind of wanted to improve on getting stronger, getting bigger, because last year as a freshman, I had trouble fighting through screens, and that's kind of what Coach talked to me about my freshman year. So during the summer, I kind of worked on getting bigger and getting stronger. But I kind of wanted to work on my jump shot and my ball handling, but I guess I focused too much on getting bigger and getting stronger.
And until his day comes, Sharp is content doing what he can to help the team.
I can say that I get along well with everybody on the team. And when they come out of the game, you know what I'm saying, I kind of talk to them, tell them what they're doing, what they're not doing. Even though I'm not out there, you know, when they come to the bench, they kind of look for me for advice sometimes.
Reporting for the Joe Dooley Show, I'm Ray Fisher.
The all-new Jeep Grand Cherokee is totally redesigned to have more power, more safety, and more on- and off-road capability than ever before. So where do we go from here? Anywhere at all. Now lease a two-wheel drive Grand Cherokee Laredo for 0 down, $379 a month, and $379 due at signing.
Welcome to the Hilton, Greenville's home of world-class cuisine and deluxe accommodations. Whether you're traveling for business or pleasure, stay with us and enjoy life's finer amenities. And don't miss the fine dining and entertainment of Christine's Continental Cuisine and the hotel lounges. For celebrations large and small, we make it special with the quality service and the casual elegance you've come to expect from the Hilton. Hilton Greenville, the official hotel of ECU Athletics.
Where are you? What does your home mean to you? Is it a place that nurtures and protects you? Or is it something more? We are here to suggest that it is. To show you how the equity in your home can pay for some of the big things in life. A college education, braces, maybe even a little more room. A home provides many things, including the chance to do more for the people living inside it. Wachovia, we are here. Let's get started.
I saw a UFO once. Nobody believed me. Then I saw something really amazing. A TV with extra channels of HBO at no extra cost.
It's HBO The Works. 3 different channels, 3 different choices. It's HBO, the #1 premium network. HBO Plus, for 2 different HBO programs to watch. And HBO Signature for critically acclaimed films. Plus all the movies on Cinemax.
Nobody's gonna believe this.
Is Wendy's the place to make your sports fantasy come true? Wendy's and Fox Sports South are giving away 12 fantasy sports trips in $19.99. Your next Wendy's receipt can be your ticket to watch your favorite team play a regular season game anywhere in the continental United States. Write your name and address on the back of your receipt and mail it in. Then watch Fox Sports News with Keith Olbermann to see if your trip to Wendy's becomes a fantasy sports trip. The Wendy's Sports Fantasy, presented by Fox Sports South.
Welcome back to the Joe Dooley Show. Certainly for East Carolina, only one senior on this basketball team this year. That bodes so well for the future. Let's talk about Aliko Dunk. He was the only senior you had, Joe, and I know he was a real leader for you.
I thought the latter part of the season he did a terrific job for us, and you know, he took a little while for him to adjust to his role as a leader, and he's not a very vocal kid, but he got more vocal as the season went along, and he did an excellent job. He handled some adversity during the middle of the season very well. He didn't start for a while. He handled that with class, and I was really proud to see the way he ended up the season for us.
Well, the good news is everybody else is coming back for the Pirates. Real sophomore, junior, and even freshman laden basketball team. And Joe, the focus I know on the offseason will be to get these guys a little bigger and stronger.
That's a big emphasis. We need to get some guys a lot stronger. All of our underclassmen need to get stronger. And that'll be a big point of emphasis. We'll have those guys down the weight room starting right away.
And, of course, next year with Evaldes Joe Cease in his senior season, Joe, it's nice to have that kind of a go-to guy.
Well, the good thing that came out of that game was I thought Evaldes, for one of the few times this year, and a lot of it was familiarity, really tried to take the game over, especially late, and that's what we need him to do from the first day of practice next year through the last game of the season. He needs to just step up and try to do that, and those other guys play their roles very well. Garrett Blackwelder, Neil Punt, those guys. Brandon will be a year older and stronger. Kenyatta will be a year older and stronger. Quincy will get, will hopefully get healthy during the summer. Steven will get healthy, and we'll add Randy, Randy Barnes. So I think those guys all have to continue to work throughout the summer, and I know with Evaldes we have something that we can go to.
Yeah, this was a very young East Carolina basketball team, as Joe has just mentioned, and the fact that you lose a heartbreaker like that, Joe, but that can be a character builder for a young team. Well, we talked to our guys, and there's a song we talked about it. Every new beginning starts with someone at the beginning's end. And, the season ended. We've got a new beginning. Now it's our choice to decide what we're going to do with it. I think the kids are excited about it. Well, we're excited about having our continuation of East Carolina Pirate basketball next year. And, Joe, a lot of people to thank. Alex Raydow did a great job for us this year putting this show together, and all the folks, of course, at WITN, Channel 7, our flagship station, everybody behind the scenes. It was a real team effort. They do, and I mean, they spend about as many odd hours as you and I do doing things, putting tape together, and breaking their schedules up, and we appreciate all their support and all their help. No doubt about it, and also, of course, all of our sponsors. If it wasn't for our great sponsors, we wouldn't be able to bring you East Carolina Pirate basketball, and a big thank you to all those folks as well. Joe, it's been a pleasure as always working with you, and we wish you the best. Thanks, Jeff. That's the head coach of the Pirates, Joe Dooley, and we'll see you when football season rolls around, back in September again with more Pirate Talk on the Steve Logan Show next fall. Have a good summer, everybody.
The Joe Dooley Show, an inside look at Pirate basketball, has been brought to you by Sprint, BB&T,